Oh, hi. Today we're going to talk about how to find your niche. You can stop being a little bitch. This is the most important aspect of your location independent, low work, high income, Alpha 2.0 business that will set you free from your horrible, shitty life, your horrible, shitty 9-to-5 job, and make you happy and change your whole life. The most important step is to choose a narrow niche to service product, services, what have you, to that niche. We're going to talk about exactly how to do that today. I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to do that. I have never, ever given away this information for free, and I never will again. This is the last time, bro, so enjoy it, because I never talk about this again publicly. I talk about this a lot in our coaching programs, our online courses, a lot. Never talk about this in an open forum like publicly like this. So today we're going to talk about this in detail. The most important step, you've got to get this right. It is difficult, but once you do this, everything else gets easier. I will talk about that in great detail as we're going on. You just went live, yet we didn't see the beginning. I was actually singing a song. What I was doing right before I hit go live? Rock the Casbah. That's what song I was singing. That I really don't like it. I was singing that song. See, I live in the Middle East, so I can sing Rock the Casbah, although maybe they probably wouldn't like the meaning of that here in Dubai. I don't know. All right, we'll get started in a few minutes. Let me make sure everything looks good here. It look good. Cool. Looks good. Hi, Leo. Hi, Gert. Hi, Bill. If you can do me a favor and put a 2 in the comments, not the comments, the chat. See, I'm an old man, so I mix up comments and chat. You don't have to put the 2 in the comments. In the chat, if you're on the live session of this, put the number 2, meaning you can both see me and hear me. If you can see me and hear me, just put a number 2 and enter into the chat. That will make me more relaxed. Thank you, Zal. Thank you, Jan. All right, cool. Really quick, as people are filing in, if you have in the past purchased something from me about how to find a niche, we have a How to Find the Niche mini course. We talk about this in the Alpha 2.0 business course. We talk about this in the 500K Accelerator. We talk about this in 90 Business Builder, okay? If you ever purchased something from me, what you're about to learn today is not superior to that. That's better. I have free content, which is amazing. My paid content is better. So it's not like I'm giving away something for free you've already bought. No one's complained, but just in case that was in your head. What you buy is always better than what you get for free. That's how this works. Not always, but almost. It's on par or are better. In this case, it is better. But still, I'm going to give you plenty of information here for free on how you can find your niche, which is the most important first step of your business. Talk about it in a second. All right. Why is it warm in here? Oh, it's not too warm. All right. I'm probably all worked up. Probably because I was dancing around like a moron in my apartment here. This is not my apartment in Dubai. I'm still at an Airbnb for another week and a half before I move into my apartment. I've secured my apartment, put the deposit down. It's all good now. I'm just waiting because everybody's moving to Dubai. So there's a waiting period when you move into an apartment. My guys, can't you just, come on. It's like, well, sir, we have 15 move-ins a day in your building. We have a backlog. Come on, just give me the thing and just give me the keys. Let's go. Sir. Yeah, call me sir. All right. Let's see. Should we do questions and answer while we're waiting here? What time is it? Yeah, let's do it. I'll wait a few more minutes. I'm glad you're wondering about that. Thank you. What should we talk about here? I have nothing to talk about. I've been working so hard. I haven't been paying attention to the news or anything cool. I'm sorry. I'm busy building my empire. So I've got 2.5 more years of this before I go into phase 3 of my life. So I'm kind of diligent on that. And lately I've got a lot of really, really, really good news. So it's like, ooh, this is so good. So, I mean, you have no free speech anymore. How about that? That's what happens when you vote for the lesser of two evils for 35 years. This time it'll be different, Caleb. I've been hearing that for 35 years. This time it'll be different. This Republican will be different. This Democrat will be different. See, Obama will be different. Trump will be different. George W. Bush, he'll be different. Caleb Clinton, Bill Clinton will be different. It'll be different, Caleb. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. Oh, my goodness. Let's answer some questions really quick. Is your health business the first time you've done a business where you didn't know how to do the thing? Yes. More or less, yes. The niches make us slay the business bitches. You know the biggest bitch in your life? Who's the biggest bitch in your life? It's a trick question. It's you. You're the biggest bitch. Didn't you see Creed? Where Rocky was telling Creed, he's like, look at that guy in the mirror. That is your biggest enemy. Your biggest enemy by far is that guy in the mirror. You better fucking figure that out. Boy, is that true. On the Gerber method, working on the business instead of in it. Yeah. Oh, dude, I did a lot of that today. Every week I do that. I call it on work. I literally have a block of time I spend once a week called on work, where I'm working on my business. I sit over on a couch away from my computer, take a pad of paper, notepad, and I write down questions, difficult questions. What am I not seeing? How can I accomplish this in half the time? And I make myself write answers. It's huge. And so, yeah, I try to do that. Lately with the chaos, I haven't been able to do this, but now I'm getting back in my groove. So once a week. Yeah, totally. You look good. How's your diet and fitness going on? Not great. I still am wounded. I still have not gotten my procedure yet because I've been traveling too much. So once I get settled in my apartment, I'm going to get the PRP, platelet-rich injection, right there. Right there. Right there. It's going to hurt. I can still work out my legs, but I've been traveling so much. It's like, so I do cardio and, you know, my diet has been okay. I haven't gained any weight, but haven't lost any in the last few weeks. So there you go. Niche equals industry plus high paying profession plus specification. Who, what, when, where? I don't think I agree. When you have 25 years of a niche IT corporate world, would it make sense to stick with the same niche for your online business as well? It can. We'll talk about that. It can make sense. It can. However, you don't do something just because you know how to do it or just because you want to do it. What do I want to do? You know what? I don't want to say that. I want to make that as part of the presentation. Very important point. So you can, but that's not why you do it. Would you strongly consider using scientifically proven safe nootropics? If they were naturopathic, yes. If they were actual drugs, no, not. Barring like, you know, I take metformin, that's not naturopathic, but that's a lot of data behind that. So I take that every night for anti-aging. On average, how long does it take to go from 0 to 800,000, 85K per year on a fully location-dependent income? There is no average because everyone is different. It depends on your niche, depends on how much, what your thing you're selling, what the margins is, what the price point is, how hard you work. There's too many variables. I've worked with guys who've done it in less than a year. I've seen guys take 3 years. If you're a moron, it takes 5 years. So there's your range. It depends on all those factors. If you take my advice or not, if you flounder, if you take, 6 months to figure out your niche because you're a lissig, I mean, there's so many factors. You know? Why am I yelling? The other day I was talking to someone. This person was sitting next to me on a couch. And I started getting animated. And she said, "You're hurting my ears. You're talking that loud." I said, "Oh, yeah. I talk really loud." I got in trouble when I was a little kid all the time for talking. Not because I talk more than the kids, because I have a very projecting voice. That's why in high school they said, "You should be an actor." I said, "Actors don't make shit for money. I'll go be a speaker." So, there you go. Should we get started here? Yeah, we should get started. All right. I see a bunch of, my God, you guys are answering a lot of questions. I will rewind your questions. You guys talk about peptides and shit. Jesus. ADHD. I do not have ADHD. I do not. I have the opposite of ADHD. I do not have ADHD. Do not have that. But I'm a very active, high testosterone motivated guy. That's very true. All right. Let's talk about how to find your niche. How to find your niche, bitch. Let's do this. Wow. Look at all the people online. My goodness. We've had a sharp increase in the number of you guys on these live webinars. My goodness. All right, hang on. Ooh, look at that pretty background. I chose it. It's called Blue Lagoon. So why is everything so beta? Everything's Blue Lagoon. It's not just blue. See, in my day, it was steel blue. Now it's Blue Lagoon. How to find your niche. Now, interestingly, my head will be looking off the other direction, and this software doesn't have the ability for me to, I should look this way, but the slides are here, so sorry. That's the way it goes. Really quick before I start this, really fast. We are doing another webinar, live online training tomorrow for the Alpha Male 2.0 channel. So for you men who are not pussies, we're gonna do that tomorrow at the same time live. So that would be 11, what is it right now in Eastern time? 2 p.m. EST tomorrow. What's the date tomorrow? I don't know, let me think here. Tuesday, September 26th. First one I've done in a long time. I'm gonna start doing more of these. I have 1 or 2 announcements. You will like them. You guys in my Alpha Male. So we're not going to do it on the Sovereign CEO channel. We're not going to do it on LinkedIn. Like we're doing here. We'll do it on Facebook, and we'll do it on the Alpha Male 2.0 channel. Okay, for you men. Okay, or women who are very adventurous. There's a percentage of you. All right. How to find a niche. Hang on, one more drink of water. Finding your niche. This means you're selling to a very narrow market segment, either B2B, business to business, or B2C, business to individual, to consumer. Okay, doesn't matter. We kind of push people in the direction of B2B because there's more advantages, but B2C is fine. I have B2B businesses, I have B2C businesses. Okay? This is a critical component of being a successful entrepreneur, and it is a mandatory component of the Alpha 2.0 business model I teach. Why? Because you get from zero to the money faster and easier when you are narrowly niched instead of anyone in the world who wants to lose weight, or any company who wants more sales, or IT, which is not a fucking niche. Talk about this, okay? So it is critical that you define a narrow niche when you start your business. And I will say this right off the bat. This is difficult. This is not easy to do. But once you do it, once you get over the hump of getting it done, everything else in your business becomes easier. Finding what to sell, pricing that thing, finding your customers, marketing and selling to your customers, servicing your customers. This becomes 10 times easier when you're niched. When you're not niched, it is the inverse. It's really easy to start a business. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to teach people how to lose weight. That's really easy to start, okay? And then you get into business, and my God, finding customers, retaining customers. Oh, it's a fucking nightmare from hell. So I'm trying to front load the difficult work in front so you get the hard work done over with. Then it's easy, smooth sailing from then on. So we're kind of front loading the difficulty here, unfortunately. Don't worry, I'm here to help you. All right. So why do you choose to niche? When you are narrowly niched, I'll talk about how narrow in a minute, you make more money. You make more money on less hours per week because you are niched, because you're dealing with people in a narrow niche and you're able to charge more prices. You get new customers more quickly. You get from zero to the money faster. Instead of saying, I work with any business who wants more sales, if you say, I work with family-owned grocery stores to retain customers, boom, suddenly you get customers much faster because you're narrowly niched. They know that you only service people or companies just like them. There's more trust in the sale. There's preset trust. You can charge more money. I've given the example of a business attorney. I'm a business attorney, or I'm just a random or attorney who focuses on mergers and acquisitions for the auto industry. That's all he does. Who charges way more fucking money? The specialist does, right? So who needs less clients? Who works less hours per week if he wants to? The specialist. The generalist has to bust his ass and charge low rates. It sucks. You get more referral word of mouth customers. Really good because you're niched. All the other people in the niche or companies in the niche talk to other people in the niche. People in niches know other people in the same niche. And they go, oh my God, if you work with Joe, he'll help you, and he only works with people like us. He specializes in people like us or companies like us. So you get word of mouth referral business way faster when you are narrowly niched, okay? Than if you're just a generalist. You have little to no competition. And when I mean no competition, I'm not exaggerating. One of my companies, I teach men how to date multiple women all at the same time by being honest and telling them all you're doing it with no drama or problems for years and years and years on end. Who else on the internet teaches this? Yes. So I have no competition in my niche. Now, in the wider area of dating, I might have other options, but I have no direct competition because I'm niche. So I don't worry about competition. Whereas normal people, normal business owners worry about competition all fucking day long, right? I'm niche, so I don't have to worry about this. Okay. Who else teaches 5 flags materials for a middle-class market? Yeah, I'm niche. I follow my own advice. You are instantly perceived as an expert. If you only work with accountants in the oil industry, let's say that's your niche, accountants in the oil industry are automatically to perceive you as an expert in their niche. Why else would you be niched in that area? It's just that's what they perceive. Whether or not it's true, hopefully it is true. Even if it's not true, you're perceived that way. It is much easier to find prospects and market. When you look for mailing lists, when you try to run ads on the internet, you can very easily segment down your ads and your mailing list because you're dealing with a narrow niche. Instead of any company in the world who wants more sales, you say, I work with small IT service-based IT companies in the Houston area or whatever. Boom. It's a lot easier to run ads, a lot cheaper to find lists for those people. It's just easier to find those market segments instead of, I work with anybody. Okay. Most of you are a bunch of pussies. I don't say that as an asshole. I say that as a statement of fact. Most of you men, now, if you're a woman, you're not a pussy. You're probably strong and you're badass. I love you. If you're a guy these days, you're probably a big pussy. And so you're going to make a bunch of excuses. I'm going to deal with your excuses right now. You need to niche as narrow as you can. Now, here's the excuse. But Caleb, if I narrow too small, I won't have enough customers to make any money. All right. I have said this before. The more narrow, the better. I have said this before. I'm going to say this again for the cheap sheets. Can't talk. I probably need more water. One moment, please. I'm going to say this for the cheap seats. That's a saying from like the early 90s. Sorry, I'm dating myself. I have been teaching this material and working with business owners and potential business owners for about, let's see, I've been a consultant for 26, 27 years. I've been in this particular market segment for about 13 years or so. Okay, so well over a decade. Worked with a lot of people, hundreds of people, if not thousands of people, hundreds of businesses. I've seen a lot of niches. Okay. I have never, in that entire time, listen to me very carefully, focus, look at my eyes. I have never, in that entire time, seen a niche that was a real niche. We'll talk about what is a niche in a minute. That was a real niche where you couldn't make $1 million a year servicing that niche. Not 85,000. Fuck that. $1 million a year. I have seen some really teeny tiny niches. I still said, yeah, you could make $1 million a year. You could make $1 million a year service this little teeny tiny niche. So don't give me this bullshit excuse about what if there isn't enough people. There is. Especially if you target your market correctly, you have your offering, your correct pricing, your margins, all that stuff. Okay. Please narrow as niche as you can. I have never, as far as I know, ever told anyone, whoa, that's too narrow. You need to broaden your market. I have said that's not a good niche. I've said that. I've said, that's not really a niche. You need to narrow more. I usually say that. I've never said, oh, you're narrow. You're too narrow. Don't do that. No, never said this. Usually I say you could go another level deeper. Okay. My favorite example, I have a lot of them, but the one I've used in the past is a guy who I've lost track of this guy. Great guy. His niche was men who play the electric guitar, who use electric guitar pedals and like to design their own pedals. That's a niche where people say, oh, I don't know. The guy was making a 6-figure income location dependent. He was selling not only the pedals, but the schematics and the design to make your own pedals. When you play electric guitar, I used to play electric guitar when I was in high school because I was a rocker. I had like 1980s, Poison, Motley Crue, Rockstar hair, and I'd play the guitar, and I'd play Ozzy Osbourne, and I'd play Iron Man. And so anyway, that was my past. I should pull up some pictures from those days. Anyway, where was I going with this? I got so excited about the 80s. Electric guitar. When you play electric guitar, you have pedals. You can. And as you're playing, you can press the pedals and they add like reverb, echo. They have all these different, and there's like hundreds of different kinds of pedals. And you can combine the different effects and shit. You can make your own. That's the niche he was in. And it's a hobbyist niche, not even a business niche. People, there's no money in pedals. Yeah, there is. I know they're the guy who teaches people how to, or he does it himself. He teaches how to paint Warhammer 40K figures. Awesome. Makes money. Makes more than $85,000 a year. Location dependent. Because it's a niche. It's narrow. Okay? All right. So don't be a pussy about this. I know you were thinking this. I know a lot of you are thinking this. All right. There are 3 requirements for a niche. You can't just pick any niche. Number 1, top of the list. It must be a niche, not an industry, not a demographic. I love people who say, my niche is healthcare. Healthcare is not a niche. Healthcare is not even an industry. Healthcare is an umbrella of many industries. There's probably a million niches in healthcare. Healthcare is not a niche. I love people say, my niche is IT. Not a niche. That is a massive industry. Even if you go down a few levels, we'll talk about that in detail in a second. You can't say, okay, well, my niche isn't healthcare. My niche is doctors. That's not a niche. Do you realize how many different types of doctors there are? Not a niche. What's a niche? Orthopedic surgeons in private practice. That's a niche. Now you're going to make money. You see the difference between doctors or healthcare or hospitals? That's not a niche. My niche, Caleb, my niche is men. I'm going to be like Andrew Tate or Jordan Peterson and help men. Men is not a niche. In Alpha Male 2.0, I have a man-based business. So I say in that niche all the time, I only talk to the upper 10% of men. I say 90% of men are not in my niche because they're not. When I talk about Alpha Male 2.0, 90% of men do not qualify. They're either beta males who are too pussified or Alpha Male 1.0s who want to be angry. You don't qualify. So I don't say men. It's a very narrow, typical, particular type of man or a very narrow, particular type of business. So make sure your niche is not an industry. Even if you say things like, my niche is crypto, I don't think that's a niche anymore. Used to be. Here's another thing. There are things that used to be niches that are no longer niches. My first online business was teaching online dating skills for men back in 2009. Why did that work? Worked really well. Why did it work back in 2009? Would I start a business now on how to do online dating? No. Why? Because in 2009, it was a niche. That was a new weird thing in 2009, 2008. I started talking about it publicly in 2008, 2007, made it professional in 2009. I was one of the few guys in the entire internet talking about how to date women online. Guys were still going to clubs and bars and day game and, stuff like that, which is fine. Social circle. Online was this new, weird, controversial thing in that world. It was a niche. Is it a niche today? No. So cryptocurrency was a niche back in 2016, 17, maybe 18. I don't think it's a niche anymore. I think it's an industry. So you got to narrow inside that industry. Okay. It must be an industry that is not dying. Now, usually this isn't a problem, but sometimes it is. If your niche is newspapers, you got a problem. That is a dying industry. Or printed magazines, you got a problem. If your niche is audio studios, not a good idea. That is a dying industry. You don't want to do this. Or if your niche is manufacturing in Western countries, probably not a great idea. I worked years ago in my consulting practice with a company which was manufacturers representatives. Okay. So what they would do is they would rep big product lines of home stuff like home, to build your own home and tools and wood and roofing and shit like that. They'd be the rep for the manufacturers and they would sell to all the stores. Okay. Then along came Home Depot and Lowe's, and these guys were just wiped out in a heartbeat because it was no longer a niche. It doesn't really work anymore. So you have to change with the times. Notice I'm still not online hardcore teaching men online dating techniques. I still have products. I still mention occasionally. I'll answer questions about it. But why don't I teach them more? Because it's no longer a niche. So be aware. Don't be stuck from like 6 years ago. World's changing very quickly. AI right now is probably a niche. Right now. In 2 years, it will not be a niche. It'll be an industry. You can't say in 3 or 4 years, my niche is AI. You can now, maybe. Even now, I don't know. Okay. Industry is not time. What other examples? I guess that's good. Oh, sometimes I see this. I don't see this a lot, but I do see this mistake. And it's unfortunate because I often see this mistake with like really sweet, nice people. That's just what I've seen. Your niche has to have enough money to pay for whatever the hell you're selling. Okay. So you may love a niche, and that's a really great group of people or companies that aren't really good to sell. Startups. I don't mean like, companies that already have funding, but like pre-funding startups, not a great niche because they have no money. Once they got the funding and some dumbass is giving them, $500,000 to blow, or excuse me, $500 million, not 500,000, $10 million, $30 million to go buy $10,000 desks, then great, get in there. Worked with someone last year, briefly, very sweet person. And her niche was young single mothers. Okay, is that a niche? Kinda. But here's the problem. Do young single mothers have money? No. Worked with a guy years ago, great guy, good guy. And he had a really good solid offering. What he was selling was great. His niche was new independent filmmakers. Great idea. Do independent filmmakers have any money? No. So your niche has to be able to afford whatever the hell it is you're selling. College students, probably not good at to sell to them. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to sell, but you want the niche to be an easy sell, okay? That's why guys like Ty Lopez talks about find plastic surgeons and get them clients. They make so much money, they don't give a fuck. Right, that's a good point, okay? So your niche not only has to be a valid niche, not an industry, in an industry that is not dying. It can be stagnant, it can be mediocre, but it can't be dying. And they have to have enough money to buy what it is you're selling, and hopefully you're charged as much money as you can. All right. Industries that suck ass. Not all industries are the same. There are some industries and some niches that I think, in my opinion, you should stay away from. Now, I'm going to list some industries. A decent percentage you're going to be upset by what I'm about to say because this was your idea. And I know this because these are so common. So you're going to go, oh, well, I wanted to do that. If you want to ignore my advice and go ahead and proceed, it's your life, it's your business. I'm trying to give you the data here, teach you from zero to money as quickly as possible. And what I'm about to tell you is accurate, okay? You don't have to take my advice if you want. And don't take this personally. That's why you shouldn't be emotionally connected to your niche when the business is new. Once you're making money, you can be as emotionally connected to your niches. I am very emotionally connected to both my niches, Sovereign CEO and Alpha Male 2, very much so. But I make a lot of money doing this. I have a valid business, okay? This is not some new business I'm not sure if it'll work with, okay? So you don't want to get emotionally attached. I'm about to give you some industries and niches that are not good, in my opinion, that you should avoid, in my opinion. I don't care how much you love them. And these are very popular. That's why I'm bringing them up. We get people all the time in our programs. And when I talk to people, I'm going to do this. I'm like, no. Okay, here we go. Number one, top list, fitness. Do you have any fucking idea how oversaturated that industry is? If you have anything about getting ripped, losing weight, getting more healthy, getting more fit, please don't do it. Yes, you could narrowly niche in there. I don't even recommend that. I recommend you something completely different. I'm sorry. It is just, you are going up against hundreds of thousands of fantastically funded, very effective companies. When you're a newbie and you think you're going to make a dent in there, no. That is the opposite of niching in my viewpoint, okay? And the reason is, I say this every month. I get people. I want to help people lose weight. I want to help people get more fit. I want to help you. Sorry, I lost 40 pounds. I love it. I want to teach people how to do the same thing. That's awesome. Worst case scenario, you could mix the weight loss or transformation with something else to make it a little more narrow, or really niche down. You could do that. I've mentioned before how to pregnant women over 40, or women who had a baby over 40 lose the baby fat. That's how narrow you got to get. Not women, not older women. That's how narrow you got to get with this stuff, or else just skip it. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you are passionate about this. And hey, fitness is huge important. Health, fitness. I'm all about anti-aging, obviously. I'm not saying I don't like these things. I'm saying they don't make good niches, right? Along the same vein, generic wellness. Caleb, I want to teach mindfulness. Caleb, I want to teach meditation. I do all these things. I have mindfulness techniques in my life. I meditate about 4 times a week. They're critical. I would never start a meditation business. I would never start a mindfulness business. Number one, massively oversaturated. Everyone's fucking doing that. Number two, how much money are you really going to charge to teach people how to meditate compared to like what I can charge for what I do? You feeling me here? Okay. You got to think business, not what I find is passionate. The example I was about to give at the beginning. Hang on. What do I want? What's my number one passion in life? Not number one. What's one of my biggest passions in life? What do I want to do? I want to write fantasy fiction novels all day long. That's what I want to do. Now, I don't do that. Why? Why don't I do that? Now, I do it for fun. I've written 3 novels already for myself for practice. That's my passion, is fantasy fiction. I don't do that. Why? It doesn't make any fucking money. Okay? So I do this instead. Now, fortunately for me, I like this too. I love Sovereign CEO. I love Alpha Male 2.0. I love my other companies. Love them. Love them to death. I love them. They are my passions too. But I don't go with the passion that I feel passionate about when I know it's not going to make money. I'm making a business decision when I start a business. And that's what you need to make. You need to make a business decision when starting a business. You don't make a hobby decision when starting a business. Okay? Or else you wouldn't be talking to me right now. I'd be in some little horrible rat hole apartment because I wouldn't be making any money. Typing away on a laptop a lot shittier than this one because I wouldn't have any money. Writing fantasy fiction. Woo. Okay? I want to make money. So I'm not doing that as a primary source of income. I do it as a hobby. And when I turn 54, I'll do a little more of it. Okay? Once I've made the money, which I made the cash. Okay? That doesn't mean you have to start a business you hate. I also like doing this. So you may love mindfulness, meditation, weight loss, fitness. That's great. Do that in your spare time and find another thing that is more conducive to making you money. That's my recommendation. Anything to do with politics. Okay. Why? You can't do that anymore. You don't have free speech anymore. I'm sorry. You idiots have been voting for left-wingers and right-wingers, Democrats and Republicans, or the non-American equivalent for the last 35 years, and now you have no free speech. So unless you are 100% supportive in your political opinions of the left/woke elites, you're going to be in big trouble. Look what just happened to Russell Brand. Look what happened to Dilbert guy right before that. Look what happened to Andrew Tate right before that. If you start blowing your brains out about anything political and you get even a sizable audience, I'm sorry, you're going to be taken out by the knees, as I've been saying for years and years and years, and you can reelect Donald Trump all you want, it'll still get worse. So I would avoid anything having to do with politics, okay? You could occasionally go in that direction. I do. That's fine. Occasionally. I don't talk about politics all the time, and boy, I could. I would piss everybody off. Be really popular, and then I'd get canceled. Okay? So I wouldn't do this. Generic biz op. So generic business opportunity stuff like how to make $1 million on the internet, how to run ads on the internet. That's generic biz op bullshit. That is very hard to sell. Very hard to sell. Now, if you want to niche in terms of biz op, spoke with a guy at a networking event, a business networking of guys like me a few months ago now. His course he was selling, talk about niched. How to make money running ads on Pinterest. That's it. That's all he talked about. Awesome. That's fucking niche. So that's biz op, but it's niched. Okay. So he wasn't talking about generic biz op. He was narrowly focused biz op. Fine. Okay. How to start a business in Japan as a Westerner. That would be narrowly niche. Great. Instead of just how to make money on Facebook. Too generic. Going on the politics stuff. Anything that relates to any politically incorrect hot buttons, again, you have no free speech, you idiots, you will be canceled. Okay? Conspiracy theories, prostitution. There was a guy years ago whose entire thing was sugar daddy game. That's all he talked about. And he kind of vanished. He did vanish. But had he kept going, he would have been in big trouble. Now, again, you can every once in a while talk about these things. I do, but I don't focus on this stuff. Okay? All right. Those are my recommendations for what not to do. If you want to ignore that advice, it's your life. Go right ahead. I'm an individualist. Go for it. All right. Let's talk about the techniques now. Now, with all that context, okay, here are the techniques, how to find your niche. Step one, this is what you do is you brainstorm. You get a spreadsheet, you get a piece of paper, a Word document, Google, whatever you want to do, okay, whatever modality, like your phone, whatever you like to type on. You're going to brainstorm a niche, a list, a niche, a list of niches. And let me explain how brainstorming works, because a lot of you are listigs, which means you don't know how to brainstorm because you're worried you'll make a mistake. So here's this works. You brainstorm. Brainstorming means you put down as many things you can, even if they're stupid and make no sense. Smoking weed, jerking off, put it down. Okay, fine. Men who masturbate. Okay, put that down. Don't say, well, that's not appropriate. Brainstorming means you put everything down the list and you evaluate later. So you're going to brainstorm and put as many ideas as you can down on these lists, okay? First one is every niche you've worked in or had access to in your work. That means your current job, your current business, and every past business you've ever had, every past job you've ever had. Pull out your resume and go through every job you've ever had and go through everything you did in a typical day or typical week and list out all the niches that you had access to or saw or touched through your job. You'll be shocked at the number of niches you've been exposed to already. You'll be shocked. Go back to your entire work history, okay? All the way back to if you were an intern in high school. Okay? I was an intern at my local science center because I was a nerd back when I was in high school. All the way back to there, okay? Everything you've ever done in your work life. Your second job, your third job, if you try to start a business, all that stuff. As many as you can, all the niches. If you can't identify the niche, identify at least the industry. Again, put as much down as you can. Brainstorm, okay? Oh, what is the listing? Sorry, I should define that. I'm very sorry. I should apologize. Listing, L-I-S-G. Listing means low income smart guy. A listing is a sizable percentage of my audience. They are very smart, high IQ guys. Usually they went to college. Sometimes they didn't. And they spend all their time reading on the internet and watching YouTube videos and listening to podcasts and debating with people on Twitter and thinking about stuff and thinking about stuff and thinking about stuff. And they never fucking do anything. So they never make any fucking money more than about 30, 40,000 a year their entire lives, even though they're extremely smart. Low income, smart guy. That's a listing. Okay. Don't be one. They suck. Number two. Now you do the same thing with your work history. You do it your school history. So all the schooling you've ever had, those of you who are dumb enough to go to college, count your college. Every class you had in college, every professor, every person you talked to in school, high school, when you were a little kid, go all the way back. Any other training you've had outside of school, post-grad education, technical education, anything you've done, make a list of every niche that you were exposed to throughout that entire experience, going all the way back to when you were a little kid. My first source of income, this is funny, back when I was a little kid in the early 1980s. I was right in 1980. Let's see, I was 8 years old. Yeah, that's about right. 1980. Very first way I made money is I sold Greenpeace newspapers to the other kids in the school because I liked whales, because I was a little boy. So little boys like dinosaurs and whales, show you that, right? And I sold I got a 20 cents for every newspaper. And I got to keep my 10 cents because my parents had no money. So I had to make my own money. My first thing. So that's pretty niched. Greenpeace, people trying to save whales. Today, Greenpeace is something very different. But back in the 80s, it was a real thing. So, there you go. There's a niche. I would put that down. Greenpeace, or people who want to save whales, or people who want to save seals. Okay. Again, don't say, well, I'm a right winger. I don't like those left. I said, don't evaluate. Put it on the fucking piece of paper. Don't evaluate. Put it down. Evaluate later. Okay. Every niche you have had personal in your hobby life. I know, especially many of you listen, you have a very rich hobby life, don't you? With your video games and your role-playing games and working on the car, right? And your fantasy football and all this bullshit doesn't make any money, right? Okay, great. So go through all that shit. Write down those. Gaming is a huge, huge industry. More money is made in gaming than in all of Hollywood. One of my brothers works in gaming. He works as a sound editor for like Sony. Great. My daughter is very excited about Baldur's Gate 3. She's been playing that thing nonstop because she's a nerd like me. So she just got me a text. Playing Baldur's Gate 3. She's staying up till like 4 a.m. in the morning with her friend playing Baldur's Gate 3. So all of your personal stuff, including your fitness stuff, martial arts, okay? All that stuff. Anything you do for fun. Gardening. Fine. I don't care what it is. Don't evaluate. Okay? You guys into weird sexual shit? Throw that in there. It's part of your personal life, right? Hobby life, fine. I have a non-monogamous marriage, so I can put that down. I have a non-monogamous marriage. People with non-monogamous relationships, right? Again, don't evaluate. Then you list every niche you know other people are doing, not just you. So I'm sure this, I can hear this a lot. Caleb, I know of a guy who does this. All the people you know and have ever known, their niches. You brainstorm those. The more people you know, the more interesting ideas you get. The other day, let's see. Who was this person? Oh, who was this? Oh, damn it. Okay, I know what this person is. This is his niche was putting together women to get booths in porn conventions. That's a niche, not porn. Working with women to promote women in getting their own booths at porn conventions all throughout Europe. That's a niche, man. Great. He makes good money doing that shit. Not my thing, but who cares? I'm sure one day he was jerking off the porn. He went, hey, I could start a business doing this. Friends, family, internet, people you've heard of on the internet, copy niches that, I represent about 7 or 8 niches myself. To throw my niches in there, right? Try to go against competition with me. You better outwork me. I work 12 hours a week, 7 days a week. So 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Good luck. All right. Next thing. So once you have those brainstorms, then I'm going to add some more stuff to this, more fodder, in case that is enough. You should have a mountain of stuff by then. Okay, but next thing you do is you browse business directories. There are tons of them. Yahoo has a business directory. Google has business directories. You can also look in the United States. They have SIC codes, SIC. They have another one called NACIS, NACIS. And this is what I used to do years ago to get business ideas. I would just go back before we had an active internet. I'll go to the library and do this. They have these giant books of business directories, and you just read down, and you get all kinds of really cool ideas. Yellow pages, you don't have yellow pages anymore, but things like that. Whatever business directories you can find online, just sit there, just take 45 minutes, have a cup of coffee. If you do drugs, I don't drink coffee, but because it's a drug. But if you like doing drugs, have a cup of coffee and sit there, just page down and just read the business directories. And you'll see all kinds of weird ass, really interesting, profitable niches you never fucking heard of. You're like, that would be cool. Add it to your list. Page down, page up. That would be cool. Wow. People who met, one of my favorite business owners I ever met years ago when I was formulating this Alpha 2.0 structure is a guy who assembled custom microscopes. Now, he wasn't quite location independent, although I guess he could have been. He could have been if he tweaked his business a little bit. He had one employee, which is a woman who ran his business. He had this little office, and he would just assemble these custom microscopes all day long for hospitals, colleges, med centers, and he loved it, and he was making money. Cool niche. What a cool idea. So that's another place in terms of fodder for niche ideas. Next one. You research potential competition. Now, again, I said if you're niche, you won't have competition. But once you've narrowed down your ideas, you go look at other people on the internet who are doing that now or doing something similar. And you look at what they're doing. And you look at what they're doing right, and you look at what they're doing wrong. So this is what I did in my first online business. I came out of the pickup artist world, and I looked at a lot of different pickup artists who were selling a bunch of stuff on the internet. Some of it was shit, some of it was good. And I made notes of the few guys who were doing things right and the 10,000 guys who were doing all kinds of things wrong. I said, okay, they're doing that wrong, that wrong, that wrong. I'm not doing that. And I made a list of what not to do, what to do. And boy, did that work. When I watch public figures, I've talked about this with Roosh V. I've talked about this with Andrew Tate. I watch public figures in the dating space, and I watch for the mistakes they make. And when they make mistakes, and they always do, and they implode, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't say that. Don't do this and then do that. So I make notes, and it's worked really well for me. One of my mentors, Brian Tracy, very famous, very sharp guy, said one of his things was, if you want to be a multimillionaire, all you do, this was his advice back then. He was right. Not location dependent, not Alpha 2.0, but still. Find a normal business that everyone needs, dry cleaning, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is, and do it 10% better in a demonstrative way for the customer. That's it. That's all you got to do. So similar to this, what are they doing that's right that you can copy legally? What are they doing that's wrong that you can avoid not doing? I could give you an example, but I can't. Oof. I have a perfect example to give you, but I can't say it. I just came to my head. I can't do it. I gave you plenty of examples. You understand. Okay. Moving on. Burrow. So this is the next phase of this. Once you have a bunch of ideas, and you've narrowed down a few, or if you have some industries that are not niches, but you're you're interested about an industry like cryptocurrency or something like that, and they're not, they're not narrow enough. Here's how you take an industry and turn it into a niche. You burrow down one level deep, then another level deep, then another level deep until you get a niche. I'm going to give you 2 examples. Okay, these are the same examples I give in our 9-day business builder program. Okay, pulling this right out of that program. Example 1. Let's take an example of hobbies. Obviously not a niche, not even an industry. It's multiple industries, many industries, right? It's very broad. You want to do something in the hobby space. Okay, is that a niche? No. So we need to narrow that down one level. What kind of hobby? Board games? What? Sports? Sports. You say sports. Okay, yeah, sports. Okay, I was into sports in college. Sports. Yeah, sports. Is sports a niche? No, it's not. It's a giant industry. So we take it from hobbies to sports. We've gone one level deeper, haven't we? So now we need to go another level deeper. Sports. What type of sports? So we could go to extreme sports. So like skydiving, hang gliding, base jumping, that kind of shit. Like it's not like basketball. Maybe that's too boring for you. You want extreme sports. Okay. So we've gone another level deep. Now is extreme sports a niche? No. You go, no. What type of extreme sport? Skydiving. It's extreme sport. Okay. Maybe not as extreme as others, but it's an extreme sport. All right. Skydiving. Is skydiving a niche? It's closer. We're getting much closer. We're still not narrow enough. So we're going to burrow one more level. Now, what we do in skydiving? Well, skydiving equipment. Skydiving equipment's kind of important. If you fuck up anything on your skydiving equipment, you will die. So that's a pretty critical component to skydiving. Now, we can say skydiving techniques. We can do all kinds of stuff. Skydiving training. Who knows, right? So skydiving equipment, you could start a blog or start a service or start a coaching service or even a consulting service for skydiving trading companies on how to certify their equipment, how to double check their equipment, how to find the best equipment. Skydiving equipment, that's a fucking niche. And now I could give you 50 ideas on what to sell skydiving in terms of skydiving equipment. Now, I don't think you should sell products. That's not my favorite thing. What I lean in the direction of you guys doing is coaching, consulting, or a service. You can sell products if you want. That's just not my thing. But I'm talking about getting zero to money fast. So I would not sell skydiving equipment, but you could, as long as the margins were good and it's narrow enough where the margins might be okay. You see my point? Okay. So for example, let's go to another example here. Hobbies. Again, we're going to start with the same one. I'm going to go to a completely different area. Completely different. Okay. And some of you are going to recognize this term in a second. And there was a certain very big movie that just came out about 3 months ago that changed the world. And this was an example I gave before that movie. I've been giving an example for years. So let's do hobbies. Okay, hobbies again, hobby space. We're going to narrow that down one level. Hobbies. Toys. Toys for kids. Transformers. More than meets the eye. Toys. So is toys a niche? Nope. Not even fucking close. But it's more narrow than hobbies. So we got to go another level, don't we? So toys for whom? Toys for adults. Okay? Men are all babies now. Grown men are babies, and they like their Star Wars lightsabers, so now they're children. So now we live in an era where adults buy a lot of fucking toys. Fine. I'm not going to make any commentary on that. I have some Legos over there. So I'm a big baby too. It's fine. So toys for adults. Is that a niche? No. Still too broad. What kind of toys? Who? What kind of adults? You see the problem? So let's go toys for women. Toys for adult women. Now, get your head out of the gutter. We're not talking about sex toys. Shut up. Talk about real toys for girls, for women, not girls, women. Or maybe older girls. So it'd be teenage girls. Women is, age 18 or over, right? So maybe early 20s, somewhere in there. Who knows? Okay. What would that be? Barbie. Now, does that mean you sell Barbies? No, because guess what? I don't think we're narrow enough. Is Barbie a niche? Yes, sort of. But we can go even narrower than that. Vintage Barbies. I know a woman who has an entire business based around vintage Barbies, finding them, restoring them, pricing them, auctions, the whole thing. She makes good money doing this. Vintage Barbies. That's a niche. There you go. And again, you can make $1 million a year doing vintage Barbie bullshit. And I gave this example years before that movie ever came out. So I'm not copying that movie. I was doing this like, everyone's going to think it's because of the Barbie movie. I'm like, but if you've been in my coaching programs, you know I've used this example before, right? Okay. Now, really quick. That's it. Really fast on this, and then we'll get to Q&A. I'll stay for as long as I can for the Q&A, okay? 9-Day Business Builder, we're doing this again. This week only. So this is where we work with you for 3 months on if you don't have a business idea at all, you work with us for 3 months and you're making money within 3 months. Real money, and we guarantee you'll be making real money in 3 months. If you're not, we'll work with you forever for free until you do. We have a really good group right now. Oh my God. So if you join this week, you'll be part of a really good group. Cover this really quick. This is everything you get in the program. It's a 12-week program. It's 3 months. Okay. You work with us. You get 24 group live Zoom training sessions. That is 2 per week. It used to be 1 per week. We have now doubled it to 2, and we reduced the price. So it's a lower price than it was several months ago, and you get double the sessions. Yeah. We have 3 phases of the program. It's 3 months. The first month is, guess what? Niche. We work with you in depth on making sure you have the perfect niche for you. That is an actual niche. We help you vet the niche, make sure you have a good niche so you can make money quickly, because that's our objective of the program, is get you from zero to money, because I want testimonial videos. Okay, so that's phase 1, month 1. The second phase is determining your offering, what you sell, and logistics, setting up your bank account, your PayPal, your buttons, your website, your mailing list. We set all that. We help you set all that stuff. We show you step-by-step instructions. Every week we take you through the process. That's the second month. The third month is marketing. We get you customers, paying customers and clients. We have had people make literally thousands of dollars within the first few weeks of the program. That is not typical, but we've had it happen more than once. We have a lot of people make money by the end of the program or shortly right after the 12 weeks. Depends on what they're doing, depends on their activity, all that stuff. All the sessions are recorded in case you missed them, and they're yours forever. Everything you do in the program is yours. Forever you keep it. You also get a one-on-one, because something new we added. You get a one-on-one coaching session toward the beginning, or you can bank it for whenever you need it. If you need one-on-one assistance, in addition to the 24 sessions you get with a 6-figure location-dependent coach. Every coach in this program is required to have their own business that's location-dependent, making more than $85,000 a year. Many of them make multi-6 figures a year, or else they can't be coaches in the program. You will be in our base camp, and you will get daily support. You can ask any questions you want. You have round-the-clock, 24/7, not 24. 24/7. I was going to say not 365. 24/7 support for any questions in case because we give you assignments on every session. Okay, your to-do list for the next session is do this, then do this, then do this. We tell you exactly what to do. If you have trouble, we're always there to help you every day, 24/7. It is a very strict, structured curriculum. Week 1, you will do this. Week 2, you will do that. Week 3, you will do that. We tell you exactly what to do because we know what works. We've been doing this program now for 1.5 years. We know exactly what works. I've been teaching people how to do this for years. So it's a structured set of steps. We have accountability coaches that keep you accountable. If you fall behind, they say, hey, can we help? You're having trouble. We actually help you along the process. We don't just say, here you go, bye, like a normal video course. Step-by-step exclusive training videos, most of them done by me, that are not available anywhere else in any of my other content. They're specifically for how to get these processes done. There's like 14 of them. You get them as soon as you sign up. You get all those videos as soon as you sign up. Plus, as soon as you sign up, you get 3 video courses, or several. You get the Alpha 2.0 business course. That's about 7 hours of material, how to set your Alpha 2.0 business. You get that free immediately as soon as you sign up. You also get my How to Get Clients course, video course. You get that free as soon as you sign up. You also get Big Income from Little Work. That is my Alpha 2.0 business book. You get that free as soon as you sign up. There's one more thing on here, and we'll do a Q&A. There's one more thing on here that I cannot put on this slide. If you sign up this week, because the deadline is Friday night, because the first session of this iteration is this Saturday. If you sign up this week, you get something amazing that I can't say what it is, that will blow you away. You don't get it immediately. You get it a few weeks in the program. And it's one of those things where you're like, whoa, what? I get this? And it's free, but I can't tell you what it is. God, I wish I could tell you. I can't tell you, but you will get it if you sign up this week. And it will be like, what the fuck? And it's no extra charge. So there's a bonus. I can't say what it is, though, but there is something else. All right. Friday, September 29th at midnight that night, 11:59 p.m. EST. That is your deadline. 90daybizbuilder.com to sign up. The way it works is you do a call because the price depends on what discounts you're qualified for. The price is several $1,000s. It is fully tax deductible. You can write it off on your taxes. Yes, you can make payments. Yes, you can make payments. Yes, you can make payments, and most people do, and that's fine. We're very flexible about this. You schedule your call. You got to get the call done this week. Unless you want to miss the first session on Saturday, you can still sign up. And that's what the person can answer. You'll be talking to either Matthew, maybe even Billy. She does some of the calls. And that person can answer your questions and make sure it's for you, make sure it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, that's fine. But if you have any interest on this, you've got to get that scheduled this week, guys, because the deadline is Friday night. Because literally Saturday is our first session for this iteration. And you'll be part of the existing group. We've got about 40, 45 people right now in the group right now. Is that right? 40, 45 people. You'll be part of that group. You'll also learn a lot from people in the group because you got a lot of heavy hitters in that group. You learn things from them you won't learn from us, the coaches. Anyway, just schedule a call. All right. Should we do Q&A? Let's do Q&A. Hang on. Let's see. Do you still have the light version of 90 Business Builder that costs less? Yes. Schedule your call and talk to him about that. Is this different than the one started last month? No, it's the same one. Although there is something coming that I can't say that is different. All right. Go ahead and put your questions in. I will answer your questions. Should I do this? See if I can do this without my glasses. Hang on. Let's see here. Fuck, man. Hang on. I'm scrolling up. You guys asked a lot of questions. Advice for niching within looks maxing and personal development for young men. Not a niche. More narrow, more burrowed. You asked at the beginning, though. What are some good niches for coaching and how to get pussy nowadays? It seems to be an oversaturated market. Yeah, dating is becoming an oversaturated market, so you better not do dating unless it is micro niched. Here's the good one I heard of lately, how men from India who moved to the United States or the UK date white girls. You see how narrow that is? That's how narrow you got to be, or else don't do it. Let's see here. I've always worked in the blue collar industry. What steps would you take to become a location independent within a niche? What I just said. See. Is there someone you coach with a successful business in an art niche like painting or photography niche? I didn't put that in the not to do niche. I don't recommend that. That is very difficult. Anything artistic. I'm a comic book artist. I'm a photographer. Oversaturated and no one wants to spend any money on it. Don't recommend it. I'm a musician. I'm going to teach people how to play guitar. It pushes you at a low income level. How much can you charge to teach people how to play guitar, for example? You see the problem? So the answer is no, and I don't recommend it. And that, again, is a hobby. I opened the video, and the first word I heard was dumbass. I wonder why. I never use that kind of word. Jack Vance. I have never read him, but I know who he is. Let's see. Talking about Lissigs. Okay. I reached out to some companies in a niche. They said they don't pay for advertising. Okay. I was going to do paid reviews. Do you know if that's a bad niche or a common practice? I don't know. Because that's not a niche. That's a technique. Don't know. Is sexual health and wellness for men over 50 too broad? You're on the right track. It is still too broad. Burrow 2 more levels deep and you're there. Maybe 1 level deep. I would burrow about 2. Does she sell Barbies? No. She sells info on the Barbies. I think she does sell Barbies. That's not her income. That's not her income statement. Let's see. Did the mullahs in Dubai judge you for liking Barbie? It's not very haram. Dubai is a freer country than your Western country where you live. If you moved to Dubai tomorrow, you would experience more day-to-day freedom in your life than if you lived in the UK, Canada, United States, Australia. Watch one of their videos on that for specifics. Wondering if my niche is narrow enough. Think about doing SEO plus Google Ads for bathroom remodelers. That's not bad. Should go a step deeper into something like bathtub finishing and tile replacement. You can always go deeper. I think what you got is okay. I think what you got is all right. Bathroom remodelers. Now, again, well, it's not. What type of bathrooms? Commercial, like for hotels, homes, home builders. So you do need to go one level deeper. But yeah, you're on the right track. It's maintenance reliability in a food manufacturing company and niche. What kind of food? And then you're there. Is SEO services for cybersecurity companies niche enough? No, not at all. Not even close. Way more deep. No. Just signed up for Founder Sanctum. Is 90-day Business Builder still helpful? Can you share the discounted price? No, because it depends on other things you bought in the past. Schedule your call. Well, let me ask you a question. Founder Sanctum is just Q&A calls. That's it. A coach stands there and you ask him or her questions. That's it. We don't tell you what to do at Founder Sanctum. There's no curriculum. There's no support. That's why it's a lot cheaper. Okay. And it's also, Founder Sanctum is month to month forever. Business Builder is a concert 3 months and it's over with. So can it still help? If you're starting a business or want to start a business, yes. Yes. If you already have a business, then no. To be clear, 90-day Business Builder is if you don't have a business or you just started a new business. If you already have a mature business, that is not the program for you. We have something coming for you guys next month. But right now, no. But if you want to do this, tell the guy or gal on the phone you call, when you schedule your call, that you're in Founder Sanctum. Tell them that. You will get a discount. Matter of fact, you'll get a pretty big one. You guys who are in Founder Sanctum, UMS. Yeah. My business is business owners with UGC affiliate content on TikTok. How would you suggest marketing to them? I don't know what that is. I apologize. Some of you are asking questions more than once. How many years of experience do I need to come across as an expert where people take me seriously? Depends on the niche, depends what you're doing. Maybe 0. You can start a business, but you don't know how to do it. You can hire people on Upwork to do it for you. You know, when I started my first business, computer consulting as a network, I knew how to make a server and hook a few computers up to it, and that's all I knew how to do. And that was enough for me to make 6 figures in 1990s dollars as a dumbass kid in his 20s with no high school diploma, no college degree, and pretty much no people skills. So I have very much experience. Fake it till you make it. Video game addicts who want help getting away from the games. Terrible idea. People who play video games, they want to stop playing video games? No. I've talked to these guys. But I like playing games. I tell people play video games for 1 hour and stop. Well, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. Fuck that. That's the same as the example I've given in the past of these guys who want to teach gamers how to lose weight. Do gamers give a fuck about losing weight? No. The niche has to have a problem that they already have, not one you're projecting on them. You are projecting your desires onto the niche. We didn't talk about that in this session. Maybe we'll do another session later about this. To identify the problem the niche is already having before you ever came along. A niche, so my niches, they already have a severe problem. Sovereign CEO are people who hate their collapsing Western countries and want to get the fuck out. I didn't come and convince them. They already are there. Give me options to get the fuck out of here so I go to Paraguay, Dubai, or somewhere other place. Right? That's why it works. Travel guides for retired men 50 plus who enjoy painting, except they're not retired 50 plus. You do not have to be in the niche. I don't love that niche. No, I think that's a pretty weak niche and I wouldn't do it. But you do not have to be in the niche. There are men who do seminars for women on how women can marry a good husband. And they're men and they kill it. So you don't have to be in the niche. Helps. It helps. Sure. Certainly. I'm in all the niches that I do, except for one kind of, another one. But, it helps. You don't have to. Just, it helps. Wondering if my niche is narrow, thinking about doing SEO, Google. Oh, I already asked that question. Please do not ask your questions more than once. Does each student in the 9-day business builder program get on a particular track, e.g. coaching, membership program, services, consulting, anything else? Yes. Yes. What we focus on in that program in 9-day business builder is what I said earlier: coaching, consulting, or some sort of service. If you want to write an ebook, we kind of push you away from that because that takes longer than 3 months. We want you making money in 3 months. Those are 3 things where you can make money within 3 months. Online course or a membership service, we used to do that, but we realized that takes longer than 3 months. And most people fuck around and, I got to film the course and outline it. And then they're still doing it. So we don't even do that anymore. We're going to push you hard in the direction of consulting. If you're too scared to consult, coaching. If you're too scared for that, some kind of service, either for people or companies. Zero the money. We want you to get from zero the money fastest. And those are the 3 ways. That's it. Especially if you have no idea what you want to do. If you really, really want to do a course or a membership program, we will allow it under certain conditions as long as we vet your niche. As long as we agree with your niche, that's fine. But we don't recommend it. I want you making real money in 90 days or less. So you'll do a testimonial video saying, holy shit, I joined Caleb's program, now I'm making thousands of dollars. That's what I want. That's my ulterior motive for this. Okay. And I want you to tell all your friends, holy fuck, I didn't know what I was doing. Now I'm making money. So I want you making money fast. We're going to make you make money fast unless you don't do it. How do you get over a mental block of committing to a niche? You do so you worried about failing so you don't try. You're a lissig. Stop being a lissig and stop being a pussy. The reason you're worried about making a mistake is because you're a fucking lissig, which means you have a higher than average IQ and you went to the Western school system, which taught you your whole childhood it's bad to make a mistake, which is fucking insane. Entrepreneurship means you make mistake every day and you make millions of dollars. That's what that means. I make mistakes all the time. I made 2 or 3 huge mistakes today and I make millions of dollars because I'm not afraid of making a mistake. You got to sack up. You got to be a fucking man, or if you're a woman, be a fucking woman, because women can do this too. This is an Alpha 2.0. This is Sovereign CEO, and fucking make a decision on this. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. You pivot quickly, and then you make $1 million. I think you'll be okay. Stop, you listings. You guys drive me crazy. What if I make a mistake, Caleb? Then you make a mistake, you fucking baby, and you correct it and you keep moving forward. What did Rocky say? Here's my second Rocky quote of the evening, okay? Or the day. It's evening for me. It's day for a lot of you guys. What did Rocky say in Rocky Balboa? What did he say to his son? It's not how hard you hit. That's not the success in life. It's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit. And too many of you are scared of you going, I can get hit bad. And that's why I'm successful. It's not about hitting hard. It's about how hard you get hit. And then he said, and you keep moving forward despite getting hit. Too many of you are babies and you're scared of getting even tapped a little bit. So you do nothing. And you stick with your 9-to-5 jobs and you suck the rest of your life. And you'll go down with the collapsing Western world. Good luck. Commit to it. You might make a mistake. Go forward anyway. You know how many mistakes I've made in my business life? You have any fucking idea? You guys have seen me make many public mistakes. Do you think I give a fuck? No. I'm too busy making money because I make mistakes. The more mistakes you make, the more money you will make. You guys have got to get off this thing like, well, I might make a mistake. That's what your college professor says. How much fucking money does he make? How happy is he? Okay? No, that's what your mom told you. How's your mom? Don't make me come to your house and kick your ass. You mentioned you like coaching, consulting, or service. What about information? I love that for a business, but for 9-day business builder, we don't do that specifically. But for a business, sure, information is great. Problem information is you got to write the ebook. How long is that going to take? A year? You got to design the course and video the course and outline the course and edit the course and do the course. How long is that going to take you? So I like it. I love it. I've made millions of dollars selling information. But I wasn't making money in 3 months. But I love it. It's great. Do any of the students in the 9-day business builder program have trouble finding and committing to a niche? Yes. We have listings in the 9-day business builder program who don't do it. And we prod them and push them and they still don't do it. And some are scared and we push them to do it and then they do it and then they move forward. And some just are too terrified because they're pussies or because they're listings or because they're scared or for whatever reasons they have. Sure. It's the same problem with the program, but that's up to you. But here's the thing, that's up to you. That's your decision. It's not our decision. We tell you what to do. You have to do it. We can't do it for you. Now, if I had a service where we did it for you, which I won't talk about. If I had a service where we did it for you, it'd be a lot more than a few $1,000s. It'd be a lot of money. And then you guys are really complaining you couldn't afford it. If we did it for you, we're teaching how to trade a specific instrument like indices. What's an indice? You niched it up. I don't know what an indice is. That's an instrument? I don't understand. SEO services, if I only focus on subsegment of cybersecurity companies, will those be a competitor to each other and compete for keywords? What do you think? Okay. I wouldn't worry about that. Fine. There's ways around that. I teach instructor courses for lightsaber mixed martial arts. Really? That's awesome. Plus offer a virtual saber academy. Is this niche enough? Is it literally lightsabers? It sounds niche to me, yes. Is it really? Really? That's awesome. I started a website about fishing in Southwest Montana. Oh, that's fucking cool. I was just there. We were in Montana, my wife and I, a few months ago, where we got pulled over by the cops because America's a police state. And want to do affiliate marketing, digital info products, and maybe some hard products that sound like a good niche. Fishing specifically in Southwest Montana, yes, that could work. Amazingly, yeah, that's nice and narrow. I like it. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think you're on a good track there. There's a good example, guys. Not fishing. Fishing in Southwest Montana. Niched. Go for it. Sounds great. Yes, you can make $1 million doing that. Yeah, man. Man, fishermen they're like fishermen are like golfers. They're insane. They have to buy all this crap, and they're super into it. It's like their whole life. Snowboarders too. Jeff and our team is a huge snowboarder. They're insane. That's their whole life. That's all they think about. And they buy all this stupid shit. They go into debt and buy all this crap because they love it. Yeah, love it. Thinking of starting a blog. Have you figured out your dilemma, how to better monetize your old blog? I have another video coming up on my other channel. Watch that video. Do you go over YouTube, own website, and other sources of medium for your message program? Yes. We do not focus hardcore in social media. We do address it because, again, we want you making money in 3 months. Organic YouTube shit is long-term shit. We do talk about, in detail, running ads on YouTube. So in the program, we talk about how to do free advertising, which means you're on the phone, DMing people, or running ads, which cost money. We talk about that. You talk about organic social media, we do address it. We get you started. We don't focus on that because that's not going to make you money in 3 months. That'll make you money down the road. Is this niche enough? Thinking skills to deal with ChatGPT answers specific to your profession. Medical doctors, lawyers say each has a different course. Pick one. So how to use AI as a lawyer in private practice. What kind of lawyer? And then you're there. So you're almost there. How do you like career coaching for IT pre-sales engineers? What's pre-sales? Oh, pre-sales. Okay, I understand. IT pre-sales engineers who want to work for top companies like Apple, Google. One more narrow. It's not quite narrow enough. Not quite. You're close. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. And I don't like career coaching. That's a different topic. That's not about niche. That's about your offering, what you sell. Career coaching doesn't mean anything to me. How to get a job that makes at least $130,000 a year at Google. Then you're there. In the 90 Business Builder program, if you bought the Alpha 2 business course, how to get clients big influencers already, do you get a discount? Yes. Schedule your call and tell the guy or gal you bought those courses, and we will come up with a discount for you. Yes. I like to give lots of discounts for things. Sales training for technical engineers. That doesn't mean technical engineer doesn't mean anything. Oh, technical sales engineers. Sorry. All right. Who sell cloud services from Amazon, Google, Microsoft. Close. I think you need one more level and you're there. Close. You're really close. That might work. I would narrow one more level. Will micro niching allow us to almost instantly become across an expert simply based on niching down very narrowly? Yes. Yes. Homes and security and surveillance systems for house owners. House owners is not a niche. And soon in the United States, there will be no house owners who want to manage and monitor everything from their phone. No, too broad. House owners is not a niche. I've already got the Altitude with a business course. Can I swap out the free course with this? Can I swap out the free course? I wouldn't make that decision. The salesperson would make that decision. The guy you talk to. I'm going to lean in the direction of saying no, but maybe. So a 90-day business builder, you teach running paid ads or what to get the customers quickly? I'm guessing it's not organic content because marketing decided to take too long. That's exactly what I said earlier. I answered that earlier. Yes. I saw my question was up and discarded. I did not discard any questions. I don't know what you're talking about. I have not deleted any questions or banned anyone yet. So I don't know what you're talking about. Ask it again. If you didn't already ask it, you can ask it again. Is a paid newsletter model a reliable business model long-term, or is it a quick burn where you have subscribers for a short time, regardless of value offered, and always need to replace them? It's a combination of both. So you can have a percentage that stay forever. Paid newsletter is a great business model. Love it. That's not when we do in Business Builder because that won't make you money in 30 days or 90 days. But yeah, that's a great model. Some will stay forever. Some will churn and burn. So in any business, you still need, new customers. Yes, you will. Sure. Joe Guapo, I know what that means. What are your thoughts on the cryptocurrency coin XRP? I think it's decent. I own some. Travel safely accessories for USA, middle-aged women going abroad. Yeah. I don't like hard products, but you need to further define what a middle-aged USA woman is, and then you're there. I'm a programmer. What do you think about looking at a business current workflow and setting up for automation for them in a specific niche? It only has to be a niche where they're dying for that service. Otherwise, you're projecting again. I'm a programmer and I do automation, so I'm going to teach automation. Maybe they don't give a fuck. You never want to start a business. I've talked to a lot of people about this. We have to educate the people as to why they should want the thing you're selling. And that's one of those things. There is no company I own or have ever owned where I have to convince you why you need to do it. If I say you need to leave the United States because it's collapsing, rarely do I have a qualified buyer who goes, why? People go, oh, fuck yeah. How do I do that? Right? So I don't have to convince anybody. I just tell you, and people who already have that problem go, hell yes, I'm there. Thoughts on personal brand versus business brand for building a YouTube channel, selling B2B services? In my opinion, there is no such thing as a business brand for an online service provider. If you're selling hard products only, then you can be a business brand. If you're doing anything else, you are a person. Even if you have people under you who actually implement the service for the customer, it's still you. You are the brand. So unless your name is Jeff Bezos and you're selling hard products, then you don't have to be on their website. But if you're selling anything service-related, information, coaching, consulting, membership services, newsletter, it's you. It's you to some degree. So it's a personal brand, in my opinion. Is freelancer voiceover considered a service? Yes. You should instruct your social media person to clip out the rant, making mistakes to use on Instagram, TT, etc. Good message with value and value. Well, hey, that's a good idea. Let me pull up my spreadsheet and add that to my video list. I don't like clips because I don't do organic traffic anymore because it doesn't work for me because I am not algorithm friendly, but I would be happy to do the rant about learn to make a mistake. Stop worrying about making a mistake. I have a lot more to say about that. I can kick all your asses. So thank you. Could being an affiliate marketer be a good fit for the 9-day business builder program? No. Because, well, not no, maybe. Can we get you making real money in 90 days as an affiliate marketer? Maybe. That's not what we would suggest. But you could say, look, I really want to do this. And if we vetted your niche, you better be fucking narrowly niched. Maybe. What does strategy consulting look like for a consultant focusing on business growth / business scaling of professional business services? This is so broad. There's no answer to that question. You're way too broad. What very specifically would a strategy consulting look like? You're asking you want a specific strategy on a huge broad thing, not a answerable question. Niche enough. Visual effects consultant for high budget story content creators. Example, Mr. Beast. Close. Not there, but you're close. I don't love the service. I'm a visual effects consultant. What problem are you solving that if I'm Mr. Beast, already have? So that's iffy, but you're close. But I don't think, is that a real question? I think you're full of I think we have Nat. If you're going to be weird, I may have to ban your ass. Sorry. You're probably 15 years old. Is this a niche? Teach technical Spanish for civil engineers. Why would a civil engineer? So no, civil engineers is not a niche. No. Why would a civil engineer need technical Spanish? Don't know. Not speaking facetiously, can we narrow down too narrowly? Granted, it's not diagnostic. I answered that question. In the 90 Business Builder is a key component picking a niche and then going and asking other people what their biggest problem is. Are you fucking kidding? We spent a whole month on that. On problem research? Yes. There's a reason we spend like 4 or 5 weeks on just niche. You have to research the niche, find their problems. Oh my God, we have specific techniques for all those things. Yes. Digital court reporter looking to work with military defense lawyers. This sounds familiar. I think you've asked a question before. Only to record and transcribe victim witness interviews, service, discover niche. You're doing it. You're projecting again. I do this very narrow thing, so I'm going to do this. Do they need that? Is that a problem they have? I don't know. I don't mean this facetiously. Will people in our target niche say, and I quote, this guy must be an expert because he's the only person who has niched down this much? Yes, that's the whole fucking point. You're instantly perceived as an expert. Yes. Like, this guy must be an expert on my stuff. Right. Correct. Okay. Are there other questions? How are we doing on time here? Oh, this is perfect. So I'll answer a few more questions, and then I got to go. 90daybizbuilder.com to join us. We got a really good group. You will make money, assuming you do what we tell you to do, but we tell you exactly what to do, so you have no excuses. And there's some cool shit in the program coming that I can't talk about. It's all good. And there's discounts, and you can make payments, and you can write it off. A lot easier I can say that. Cool? You got to schedule your call and get that done before Friday night, the 29th. Cool? All right. Any other questions? Is a niche a certain subject or is it a certain customer? It is both, but you start with the customer. You can have a very niched offering to a broader audience or a general thing to a very niched audience. Ideally, you do both. You have a niched offering and a niched audience. That's the best. You don't have to. But you start with the customer. It is much more hard to find a niched offering because you have to know what the problem of the customer is first. So you don't, or else again, you're projecting. Like I'm a court reporter, so I want to sell court reporting. You're projecting. Do people need court reporters? I don't know. Maybe not. So you start with the person first. The type of company or person. Start there. Then you can sell a very generic service. I mean, you could sell, you could sell time management to young cardiologists in private practice. Is time management a niched offering? No. But you could totally customize it for, chiropractors who specialize in da-da-da-da. So if you niche the audience, you don't have to niche the offering. Ideally, you should do both in a perfect world. I kind of do both. Let's see. Oh my God, all these questions came all of a sudden. Oh my God. What do you think about Monaco? Good to live it. Monaco's awesome, very expensive. I hope you make a lot of money. It's similar to Dubai. Matter of fact, it's more expensive to Dubai. Can we make more than one call to ask about the 90 Business Builder if we think of a follow-up question? You will get the WhatsApp or the text of the person you talk to. Yes, you can follow up with the coach and ask more questions. Yes, that is perfectly fine. You bet. Your deadline is still Friday night. So don't take your time. Are the niches that are highly regulated still good for consultants without touching the regulated aspect of the niche? That is too broad a question. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It depends on the niche and it depends on the industry. I have worked with highly regulated industries. It was a pain in the ass. I've worked with banks as a consultant. So I wasn't regulated, but they were, and it's a big pain in the ass. So the answer is yes, you could, but sometimes you can't. I could give you examples, but there's your answer. Are country clubs a good niche? That is not a niche. Too broad. How do I reverse engineer my niche from an existing audience of YouTube subscribers? Do a poll. If you already have an audience, those you already have an audience, ask them. Do a poll. How many of you are blank blank who blankety blank blank? That's how I started this company. Some of you know this story. Sovereign CEO is an outgrowth of my Alpha Male 2.0 audience from about 4 years ago. I did this huge, massive survey to my entire Alpha Male 2.0 audience. And I asked like 6 or 7 questions. What are you concerned about? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you want? What are you pissed off about? Various questions. And I said, send me an email and answer all these questions. And I will read every email. I got hundreds of emails and I read every single one. It took me a week to go through all these emails. And I tallied all the answers. And on the top of the list was, my country fucking sucks. I don't know what to do. I want to get the fuck out of here. I don't know how. I went, aha, Sovereign CEO. And I have made a lot of money in the last 4 years because of that decision. Because I asked the audience what they wanted. I didn't say, I'm this, therefore this. I'm moving to Dubai, therefore I'm going to teach people how to move to Dubai. That's not what I said. I never said that. I didn't even know I was moving to Dubai back then. I knew I was leaving. I didn't know where I was leaving to. Okay. Would you white label out fulfillment to 100% focus on marketing? I could. Certainly I would do that. I could. I've never done that before, but I could. If so, what point would you go out to build your in-house teams? That depends on your budget and your skill set on managing teams. If you're a decent manager, you have the money to do it right now, do it right now. Sure, I would totally do that, depending on the business. Yeah. If I were to start a new company like tomorrow, a 4th business, I'm not going to, I don't have time. But if I did that, that's probably what I would do. I would just sub out everything and I would just market. And I wouldn't do a goddamn thing in terms of implementation. I wouldn't do a fucking thing at all. Matter of fact, my 3rd company, I don't do it. That's not true. I do the thing we do. But yes, so sure, I would do that. But I have money. I know what I'm doing. If you're brand new to business and you have no money, then do it when you're comfortable. Maybe do it yourself initially so you understand the system, develop SOPs, and then bring people in. Set a goal for yourself. Good question. How do you find your high-ticket closers? Networking and Upwork, mostly networking. Pet accessories, that is not a niche. Not a niche. Here's a niche. Accessories for teacup Yorkies, because my wife has one. There's your niche. And people who own a certain type of dog, they're maniacs. They buy all this, especially women who own a certain type of narrow breed of dog. They buy all this crap. So wealthy women who own Chihuahuas, whatever. Sure. But not pet accessories. No. Are you still using Brickwork India or similar? I am no longer using Brickwork India. I've outgrown them. I have my own in-house team now. Visual effects, as in all the technical planning for your shoot, set extensions. Okay, I understand that. I get it. I just don't know if that's a problem the niche has. If it is, yes. If you don't know, you need to find out before you start a business around it. How about middle products? How about mobile product strategy consultancy for B2B2C, okay, e-commerce businesses? That is not a niche. Sorry. B2B2C e-commerce, that's not a niche. That's an industry. So no. Or coaching manager of product managers, how to return individual roles Quit the product. Okay. That's still too broad. What industry? I recently started a marketing consultancy for facelift focused on cosmetic surgeons. Okay, cool. I don't know anything about marketing and I want to outsource this. Can you think of anything else? Do you approve? Can't think of anything else? Do I approve? Yes, you need to outsource it. You need to go on upwork.com and hire some marketing people right now. Fitness for pickleball players, good niche. Do pickleball players have money? Remember what I said with the requirements. They have to have enough money to buy your thing. And what does fitness mean? Don't do fitness. No. How to not get injured when you play pickleball and you only niche to, pro, I don't even know what pickleball is, pro pickleball players who have money, then okay. You see what I did there? I narrowed down the audience. I narrowed down the offering. I made it more niched. Is the first month of finding niche following an empirical method? That is, I want to avoid projecting, AKA guessing. Are you fucking kidding? That's all we do is empirical. The whole program is empirical. Are you kidding? It's me. Who are you talking to here? Yes. I just know how to act, have a business that is 10 years old now. I want to reduce the guessing. Yes. Because a lot of it is research. You're going to do real research to validate the niche. You're not going to say, here's 7 niches. I'll just pick this one. Oh, no. It's way more. It's a fucking month. Oh, no. We want to make sure the niche is a valid niche. That's a real niche. That has a real problem they already have. When we validate those 3 things, then we say, go for it. Then you develop your offering to help them solve that problem. Here's how to make all the money in the world you want. Here it is. You ready? Here's the secret to success in money and business. Find a narrow niche. Identify a big fucking problem they're already having before you ever came along. Develop a product, information, or service to help them solve or alleviate that problem and market the fuck out of it to that narrow niche. That's it. That's how you make all the money you want. You can make $1 million doing this. You can make 10 million, 85,000 a year, 500,000 a year. That's it, folks. That is success in a nutshell. I'll say it one more time. Narrow niche. Identify a problem they're already having that has nothing to do with you. Not, I have the skill, so I want to help them with this. A problem they're already having that really bugs them, that pisses them off, that drives them crazy. You develop a product, hard product, which I don't recommend, information or service. Service is better to get there faster. Information is okay. That helps them solve or dramatically alleviate that problem, and you market the fuck out of it to that narrow niche. That's it. Even if you're doing it for free. You're getting on the phone and making cold calls. You're doing cold DMs. You don't have to spend money on ads if you don't want to. That's it. That's success. There you go. It's real simple. It's not easy, but it's very simple. Let's see. Where are we here? Look at all the fucking questions. Holy shit. Let's see. Is plastic surgery, medical tourism one specific country niched enough? Probably. One specific country, one specific type of or set of procedures? Probably. However, I will tell you, we've had other guys in our programs look and to do that. So you're going to have some competition. Other guys have thought of that idea. You're not the first guy to think of that. What do you think of the marketing consultancy for facelift focused cosmetic surgeons is a good niche to begin with? Yes. I would probably pick a region and then you're there. Yeah. How about day trading in Mexico City? Day trading is not really a business. It is technically a business. I mean, that's not a niche. That's something you're doing. That's not a niche. What is the minimum amount of time to have available to complete the 90 business builder program successfully? At least 10, really 15 hours a week. 15 hours a week. Maybe you could do it 10. That'd be pushing it 15. If you have 15 hours a week, free time, you're there. More is better. If you got 20, 25, the people have more time, go faster. That's how it works. If you have 15, it'll work. If you do not have 15, you have less than 10, sorry. Probably wouldn't work. Probably not a good idea for you. If my niche is divorced women 40 years old and up, who want to start feeling better, getting back their inner joy and finding connection, love, and intimacy and design. You're getting really into the offering and you're off the niche. You got to focus back on the niche. Divorced women 40 years old and up. I would add one more component to that is specific. Not I want to be happier. Everyone wants to be happier. That's not niched. Divorced women over 40 who what? Divorced over 40 women. Add one more piece to that, and then you're there. And then focus on the offering next. Okay. Plus, your offering is too broad, which is a common mistake. Getting back their inner joy, finding connection, love, intimacy, designing create an ideal life. Too much. I don't have any business that does all that. A few, I got a few of those things. Alpha 2.0 is similar. Too much. So, but that's a little off topic. But yeah. How can I niche something for the type of woman? By the way, women-dominated industries are great niches because women spend money. Who spends 80% of all consumer dollars? Women. When a couple goes and buys the house, when a married couple or a living together couple go buy, who picks the house? The girl does. The guy says, okay. So women is a great, I've said this many times, I would love to have a business that sells just to women. Oh, I don't have time. I would do it though. God damn, man. Be awesome. Is doing value-based pricing strategies for management consultants and then getting a percentage of increased ticket sales retainer price a good offering? Yes, that is a good offering. That is a very good offering. You'll be very intimate with the consultants though, because consulting is not a commodity. So, but yeah, I can make that work. Sure. Got a niche. What revenue amount to justify Dubai corporation? You save money on taxes, but need the Dubai accountant. You don't need a Dubai accountant. Dubai lawyer. You do need a lawyer one time. Are these more expensive to hire and manage than their American counterparts? No. No. We have a get residency in Dubai service. The answer is, will you save more money in taxes in a given year over the next several years more than what you spend on getting the residency? Our Dubai get residency service is around $11,000, I think, US, because you get a corporation and the residency. Are you going to save at least $11,000 in taxes next year? You need to save half that, but the next year you'll save it again and again, and it pays for itself in 2 years. Then it's a no-brainer. You should do it. Yes. So that's the answer. Kind of pencil out how much money you'd save in taxes. If you'd only save $2,000 in taxes, then don't do it. But if you're making real money, you're going to save a lot more than 10 grand. Do you know how much money I save a year by being here in Dubai? Do you have any idea how much money I save in fucking American taxes that I used to pay? That I don't have to pay anymore because of my Dubai corporation and my Dubai residency. Woo! Shit. Are cold emails still effective for outreach? I don't think they were ever good for outreach. I don't like cold emails. No. Been struggling with them lately. I don't like cold emails. No, I don't like them. Never liked them. How do you stop shiny object syndrome in business? The problem is not your business. The problem is you. You're illicit. It's you. The problem is you. You're illicit. And you're not enough pain. You don't have enough pain in your life. I've talked this many times in YouTube videos and blog posts and books. Your life sucks, but you're like, oh, well. You don't like, oh, my God, get the fuck out of here. You're not enough pain. Shiny object syndrome means you're not enough pain. Your life sucks, but but you can deal with it. Get in pain. Go in the mirror and say, if I don't make any changes in 10 years, and now it's 10 years later, I'm 10 years older, I'm living the same life, how am I going to feel about myself? How am I going to look? I'm going to be a piece of shit and feel the pain. One of the biggest reasons for my success is because I am very acutely aware of my pain, my current pain and my future pain that I don't want. I don't like being in pain. A lot of you guys have no problem with it. I hate drama. I hate not having money. I hate these. I can't stand these things. Most of you are like, this sucks, but oh well. That's most people today. Men and women both. My life sucks, but oh well. It sucks. Yeah. Oh no, that wasn't me. It's still not me. I was in pain, so I didn't have that problem. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. I hate not having money. Or closing deals for management. So yes. Pick a reason. Does that make me location dependent? No, you don't have to be physically present in that region. You don't have to live there. You service that region. You can service people who live in France and only France. You don't have to live in France. Are local theaters a dying niche? Yes, all movies are a dying niche. I stopped watching movies in 2017. Yes, although I was a little ahead of the curve. When you decided to start Sovereign CEO, how did you know that your audience had the cash for the service? Oh, because I already knew my audience. And I could sell things at $500 price points, $1,000 price points, $5,000 price points, $20,000 price points. Different segments, I can afford different things. Can you mention the price? Everyone's going to pay a little differently depending on the discounts you qualify for. It depends what you bought in the past. It depends on a lot of scenarios. Several $1,000s, several grand. In the neighborhood of $4,000 to $5,000. And you can make payments. You can make payments. You can make payments. It's tax deductible. Hard for me to think of a women-based business as a guy. Since art is awful for a niche, yes, then maybe how to use video tech to look hotter for middle-aged women starting YouTube channels. Yeah, I think you're on the right track for that. That sounds okay. Middle-aged women tend to have more money. Yeah, maybe, perhaps. You ever heard of business owners paying commissions on sales generated by a custom sales video? I produce these videos for my clients in my niche. I've never heard of it, but you could certainly do it. Sorry, Caleb, I meant teaching day trading to people living in Mexico City. How is day trading different in Mexico City than any other day trading anywhere in the world? So I'm still not there. Have you ever heard of business owners paying residual commissions on sales generated by customers? You already asked that question. Is statistical analysis a sellable skill for business consulting? Yes, but that's not niche at all. Sure. What problem do you solve for cardiologists? I cannot talk about that publicly. Is a generic coaching education like Coactive or ICF useful? No. Where they teach coaching methods and asking questions, learn to teach the person. Can you use that for your niche in coaching? You mean in terms of you getting the training or you teaching the training? You getting the training? No. I have made literally millions of dollars as a consultant. I have no formal training whatsoever. I didn't even graduate high school. No. If you want to teach the training, sure, you better be niched and they better have a problem. They better have that need before you arrive there. How do you help make sure that the niche will help me choose? How do you make sure that the niche you help me choose will make money? That's what we do. We will vet the niche with you. We won't let you just pick any niche. We have to make sure the niche is a real niche that has a real problem that you can solve and can afford what you want to sell, or else we don't let you choose it. We have to vet your niche before we let you proceed the program. And we're very good at this. That's why. There can be some unknown factor that prevent the model from working. Why? I've never seen that. I've just seen people who don't do the work. Is this a niche? Structural engineering, specializing in the design and analysis of buildings, bridges, and other structures. That is not a niche. That is an offering. That is a niched offering. That is not a niche. For whom? That's the niche. Did you mean to say you didn't graduate college? You said high school. Both, motherfucker. I did not graduate high school, and I didn't go to college. So here's my story really quick. I didn't drop out of high school. I went all 4 years. In my high school back in the 1980s, I'm an old man, they allowed you to get 2 Fs. If you got 3 Fs, you didn't get enough credit to get your high school diploma. I got 3 Fs. My GPA in high school was 1.1. That's a D- average. You know why? I was busy reading business books instead of doing fucking homework because I want to go make money and I didn't give a fuck about going to college. Even back then, I was smart about that. I was stupid about a lot of stuff back then, but not that. And so I did not get that final credit. So I went to the graduation ceremony and was able to impress my parents to go to the graduation ceremony. But the way they did it with people like me is they assumed that you go to summer school to make up the credit. So they didn't give you the diploma, but they gave you the little leather case where you hold your diploma. There was no diploma in there. So say, congratulations, Caleb Jones. And they handed me a little case. It was empty. Everyone else got the diploma and I didn't. My mom was fucking furious. I never graduated high school. But within a few years, I was making a 6-figure income in 1990s dollars, and she shut the fuck up really quick. So yes, I did not graduate high school, and I still have. She was like, you need to take a course to get your high school diploma, or else you'll be a loser and you'll be a bum. You won't make any money because it's all about getting to college and getting a high school diploma. I have a very highly educated family. They were fucking furious, my mom especially. She got over it. Okay, I can answer, let's see, 1 or 2 more questions, and then I have to go. I got shit to do. I mean, I have like serious stuff to do tonight. Nice. That's an interesting story. I'm very interesting. I'm like that beer guy who's like the interesting man in the world, the guy with the white beard. I'm like him. I'm the most interesting man in the world. Don Aqui, right? Is that his name? Most interesting man in the world. Caleb Jones. I'm the most interesting man in the world. I've had people say, you're very interesting. Well, thank you. It's not my objective, but thank you very much. All right. All right. Are there any questions? I will give you another 15 seconds. Then I gotta roll. 15 seconds to type your questions because there's a delay between when you type them when I see them. So you have 15 seconds so you're still typing. Donna Key, yeah. I should grow a beard. You know what? I can't grow a beard. My genetics, I can grow a really good goatee. I can grow a kick-ass goatee. I can't grow sideburns. They look like shit. So, shit. That's one reason I'm clean shaven. I'm clean shaven because it's easier and faster. I don't give a fuck anymore, you know. I'm not dating anymore. Not any new women anyway. All right. I'm going to wrap this up. You guys have just a few days left. If you have any interest, you can schedule the call. You don't need to sign up to schedule the call. It's fine. But if you have a lot of questions on the program, this program works. You will make money if you do what we tell you, and we're there to help you along the way. It's not like we tell you to do and then we're vanished. You get round-the-clock support on this stuff. And there's some things I can't tell you. I wish I could tell you, but I can't. So anyway, all right. More questions. All right, real fast. Opinions: selling bucket list adventure travel experiences to men in their 50s and 60s battling surviving cancer. Not bad. I would say high income men. Middle class guys aren't going to do that. High income men? Sure. Yes. Do most students make it to the 12 weeks of the course? They make it. A lot of them don't make the money because they don't do the work we tell them to do. In any coaching program, most people are not going to do the work we tell them to do. That's any program on the internet, any program in the world. Coaching programs I've been a part of. That's just, most people just don't do it. But the ones who do it, who really do it, make money. Yes. But there's a lot that don't. Right. PF would lock you in the basement. She's too nice. She would never do that. She would say, I wish I had the balls to lock you in the basement. She would say that. She would never do it. I will do your program and be one of your high ticket closers. Well, hey, we don't need any of those yet, but we're going to. So, a few months. Will you update the Alpha 2.0 business course? It does not require any updates. The techniques all still work pretty much. It's just that I will be much skinnier in the videos. I see those videos, how fat I was. Like, my God, Caleb, what have you been doing? Other than that, I can update the program for my look. No, there's not a lot of updating needed for that. It's not like online dating where you have to need constant updates. I updated it about a year ago. I don't need to update it a year or two ago. There's something new this year needs to be updated. Maybe next year, but I can't think of anything to update on that. All right. I think I know what your bonus is. Your updated. No, it's no. Oh, no. The bonus is way better than updating our shit. This program is up to date. 90 Business Builder is cutting edge right now. We're doing AI shit. We're doing all kinds of stuff now. Oh, no. This is a cutting edge program. This isn't a video course. This is where we're working with you. How do you handle people who don't do the work in the course? Do they just fade away again and you don't hear from them again? We help them. We say our accountability coaches say, hey, haven't heard from you in a few days. Do you need help? What do you need? We work with you. And if you say, I will say this about the program, then I got to go. If something happens in the 3 months that is outside of your control, like your dad dies, we have someone who getting some of their organs, their mom or their dad's getting their organs removed. We will accommodate that. We'll pause the program for you. You can come back. If it's something that's really major, that's okay. If you just don't do the fucking work, We help you. And if you say, hey, what's going on? You need our help, and you don't answer us, what you do is we don't kick you out of the program, but you violate the guarantee. We guarantee you'll be making money, but you have to do what we tell you to do. So if you just sit on your ass and never contact us, you violate the guarantee. We don't kick you out of the program. We've never actually had to kick anyone out of the program. We've never had to do that yet. Hopefully we'll never have to. We just say, okay, you're in the program, but you violate the guarantee because you're not doing it. My coaches are very nice. They're sweethearts. They're not like me. I'm an asshole. You don't want me to be your coach. I'll yell at you, make you cry. No, you don't want me. You want Jeff, Cliff, Billy. They're nice. They have like things like empathy, which I don't have. So you don't want me. I'm part of the program. I teach some of the sessions. I do some of the live sessions. But you don't want me being your accountability coach. I'll just chop your head off. And then everyone would die and there'd be a parking lot. All right. I have to go. How much work is there per day during the course? It's about 10 to 15 hours per week. 10 to 15 hours per week in the course. All right. All right. Thank you very much. I have to go. If you are an Alpha Male 2.0 audience member, I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to blow your fucking minds. If you want 90-Day Business Builder, 90daybizbuilder.com. Where is it? You got like a few days left. Cool? Cool. See you soon. Bye.